Hi,
Hello.
I'm Max, knitwear designer, co-founder of Les Garçons, and I am truly ready for sweater weather.
Yes. And I'm Vincent, co-owner of Les Garçons, yarn dyer, and I also am ready for sweater weather
Sweater weather.
because today in Montreal was 22 Celsius for like late October.
Yeah,
Pretty warm. 70 something, 75,
converting to
yeah,
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah,
So
we had a hint of cold weather, and then just 2 days after, warm. So we'll be able to wear on it, our knits soon.
So I'm drinking. What are you drinking?
I'm having a little whiskey because I brought a bottle from vacation, and this is Oban, one of my favorite one, and I got it something that I'm not able to get here. So
Ooh. And I'm having like a mix of summer and fall because it's an Aperol spritz, but with apple cider in it that we brought back from Rhinebeck.
ooh.
Ooh. So cheers.
Cheers. So we're back fully rested because we actually went on
Are
vacation.
we?
Well,
Yes.
way more than when we left, to be fair.
Yes.
Yes.
Um, what have we been up to in the last like 6 months?
Like
I feel
almost
like it's
six,
been
yeah.
feel like it's been forever. Um,
Like we had a really busy autumn, so releasing many things for the shop, and through that we've decided to go on a 2 weeks vacation in the Baltics. Would you just say Baltics or
yes, I think so.
in Scandinavia?
We went to Stockholm and Tallinn in Estonia and Helsinki in Finland for for like
About
two
12,
weeks.
yeah. So we spent 5 days in Stockholm, where we did many museum. It was really cool for that.
Yeah.
The fact that they're all sort of like in a line, it's like the
Well,
hot spot for museum where you're able to attend to.
yeah, they're like all in the well, not all, but a lot
Most.
of them, the ones that we did, were in this like same small neighborhood place. Yeah. We did the ABBA Museum
Yes, that on
at
the first
first
day.
on the first day.
We learned so many things like the name of every
Actually,
members.
the name of people. Um, and what else? We did the Nordiska Museum.
Yeah, the prettiest one.
Yeah, this was very, very interesting. You basically go on the top floor, and there you start at in the 1500s, and then you go all around the museum, and you like see Sweden, the learn about the history of Sweden, like from the 1500s to now.
And everything is so well designed.
Yeah,
It was like really a mix of modern and traditional, where there you have traditional things, but framed with modern things. It was just an experience in every room you were like walking in. I've never really been to a museum like that, so I thought it was quite
well, to be fair, we
amazing.
don't do many
Well,
museums.
mostly when we're on vacation, but it's true that we never really did any in Montreal except when we weren't living in Montreal. Like,
Yeah. And then we did the uh, Skasen. Uh, hope I'm pronouncing it right.
probably not.
Probably not. Which is an outdoor museum where you basically walk around. There's uh, like houses. You can go in. There's like a potter. There's glass blowers. There's like the life of Sweden. Um, I don't know, like probably like in the 1900s or eight. I don't remember.
Like if
We
it
were
was a
very
small
tired.
village,
Also,
yeah.
yeah.
Also, yeah.
And
But
there's a part of it is a zoo as well. So we've seen bears and reindeers and
sheeps.
sheep.
Oh, actually, a breed of sheeps that I didn't know. existed. It was a Swedish sheep.
And what else?
The other one was the Vasa Museum,
Yes.
which they brought back a boat from that's sank that was underwater, and
Yeah.
we were able to see it. It was quite impressive how big it was, and you
Yeah, I
like
have a picture on Instagram that I put in my stories of the boat with Max in front.
just
He's like tiny.
precise.
There's like a big boat.
Like we really don't know if they built a museum around it or how they managed to bring the boat there. It's just really impressive.
It might have been explained, but we didn't read
No,
everything.
we read most of it, but you know.
Yes. Um, what I had something in mind uh, that I forgot.
We walked
Oh,
everywhere. The architecture was amazing. I was fully inspired by the colors there.
yes.
Like beige
The
is
beige
underrated.
and
Oh my
this
God.
darker beige.
Yeah, because everyone was wearing beige and black, and it just looks so good. And I don't know if it's because of the light out there with like all, or you know, when you're on vacation, everything seems to be even more nicer. But it was really funny because I texted Tanya being like, "We're super inspired with colors. We're gonna bring new beiges to the to the line
The
of colors."
palette.
Yeah.
No, the thing I remember is because the boat in the Vasa Museum sunk on the first voyage, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I think it's like 21 minutes or something. After the like in the first voyage, it sunk um, because of it was not properly balanced or something.
There weren't enough
It
weight
was
in
because
it.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
because of the wave. Anyway, all that to say that the the Finnish men that I saw in the sauna that after you left, they told me a joke, and I don't want to offend any Swedes, but they said, "What's the thinnest book in the world?" And it's it's the list of Swedish war heroes
No.
because there
Okay.
were none, and they were bad at it. Um, but I guess that's part of the rivalry between Finland and Sweden, I guess.
And there's a
Uh,
rivalry with Denmark too. So I think there's
yeah, but that was a joke that was told to me by in the sauna.
And after we were done with Stockholm, we hopped on a boat, and it was a
Yes.
sort of like a cruise boat, where it was an overnight cruise
Yeah.
to Tallinn. So
The tr-
the how do you
well, the trip,
the trip
the
was like 12 hours or so. It was really
yeah,
fun. It was our first time on a cruise ship. It's like a tiny cruise ship, but still, there was like a bar, there was like a
a
dance
few
floor,
restaurants.
restaurants.
There was a show. I went to like a bad show, bad musical review. Um, it was supposed to be like Italian night, but then there was like Italian top 40 or something, but there was clearly not Italian songs. Um, yeah, so it was, and we had our own cabin. It was like a nice way to travel between those two countries because you didn't like,
We didn't have to like be hurry up to the airport, like
yeah.
spend 2 hours before. It was probably like an hour flight or less than that. I don't know. So it just felt like a nice way of just making it a day of like
Oh.
having a little
It
fun
was cheaper than the
and
flight
flying. Yeah.
and then the extra night because we spent one night, right? So
Mm.
it was very fun experience. And then we went in Tallinn in Estonia, where our friend Alex had given us like
A list.
a very big list that of things to do that and places to eat. We only had so many meals, so we we didn't get to do all the things, but we'll be back because it was
Very, very fun.
very interesting city, very fun. It has like a very traditional old town, like, and but everywhere around it was very modern. So it was a very fun place to be.
That's like my favorite thing when you can go to like all the whole part and really experience like the culture, and then outside of it where people actually live.
Yeah.
It was really modern, really like young city. I think there's many universities there, so I think it helps a lot for like having really cool places. We went to have gin and tonics, and I had a Negroni
Oh,
at
yeah.
a gin place, and I had
Distillery.
distillery. I had a cherry infused gin that I actually brought back because it was really really good with a gin and tonic. So I think there's really like a lot of like small businesses that are opening up, and it was quite fun. But I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to go there while Alex is there, so we could have
Yes.
like a friend and
A proper local.
yes,
And then we took another boat. But this one is only 2 hours and it's from Tallinn to Helsinki. Um, yeah, it was this another kind of cruise ship, but no cabins this time. We just hung out and
because this one was
enjoyed
quick.
the
Yeah.
view. It was very nice. Oh, I stepped on there was like
Glass floor.
a glass floor over the side of the boat. Fun, but not fun.
It's a nice experience.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna
I
live there, but it was nice.
yes. And then Helsinki, where we hung out with Sari, Nordlund.
We also got to meet the owner of the Cowl, who has also a yarn shop in a place that is 3 hours from Helsinki.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of the place. It was really fun. Again, I do feel like those countries are quite similar weather-wise to Canada, and we've talked with some of the people there, and they were surprised to see us Canadian on vacation there because they're like, "You're escaping your weather to come to the same weather here, so
yeah,
why?" Like, well, we love knitting, and a lot of like designers are Scandinavian, so we just felt like we wanted to be there. But we had a good time in Helsinki. Really
yeah,
good food, actually.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, this well, yeah, because little travel tip. Don't go on TripAdvisor to
no,
get restaurant because they're all tourist recommendations. So you don't. You're gonna get good things, but they're gonna be things that tourists found.
slightly pricier.
But I Googled, I translated a Google query of like best restaurant in Helsinki, translated that in Finland, Googled in Finnish, Googled that, got an article in Finnish about restaurants, and then translated that to English so that I could understand. And every pick we had on there was very, very good because it was like a more local list of restaurants uh, or restaurants suggested by locals. So it was very good food, and yeah,
And the whole trip was actually inspired because his mom and his
yep,
went on sorry,
aunt,
aunt went on a cruise ship around the Baltic Sea,
yeah,
and they were spending like a holiday at the port of Tallinn. So we've decided that through our trip we would actually meet them there and spend some time. So it was quite fun to see them in the old town and hear
yeah,
his mom scream at the top of the hill in French and all those things. It was really, really funny.
yeah. At some point, I was walking behind Max, and I could hear someone screaming, and I was like, "Is that my mom screaming?"
Yeah.
Yes, it's my mom screaming.
And Europe in September is perfect. Like
Yeah,
many places we went to were empty. Um, the little island near Helsinki that we went to,
woman something.
yeah, like every people go there usually during summer and it's like
Yeah,
full everywhere. We felt alone the
yeah.
whole time. The scenery was amazing. There was like all ruins of a lot of things. It was
It was
we
like
had a
a
really nice
fort.
day.
I should have looked up the name.
The
I
name,
should have,
yeah.
yeah.
We
But
thought we were gonna spend like an hour there, and we spent three because we just loved walking and being by the water,
yeah,
where you actually fell in the sea
I
and
did fell in the
you
Baltic Sea.
slipped.
Yeah.
He's a bit too adventurous in nature.
Well, I mean, I touched the Baltic Sea. You didn't.
No, I'm not dumb.
Did you bring something back?
Yes, but
I did. I brought yarn.
yeah, I brought little things, but yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
here to show it. But you brought actual
I
yarn from the
yeah, I
vacation.
bought yards. I bought this skein that's as big as my head.
Yeah.
Um, bought that in Estonia. It's from the mill called Ade. I don't know if you can see, probably too blasted, but it's AADE, and it's an Estonian mill. And it's actually a gradient yarn, so it goes from light gray to brown, darker brown. There's no Um, it's really rustic. It's sold by the weight. There's 296 grams in there. It's 100% wool, and it is fingering weight. Yeah. So
And
I have
we
about
found
like
it in a souvenir shop. Like there were no real yarn shop like we would see in America.
well,
So
none that we visited. There was one that we didn't go to, called Woolens something. It was a little bit outside of the old town, and
okay.
we didn't venture there. It was on Alex's list.
Yeah, this one too was.
Yeah, but this one, yeah, was on Alex's list. Um,
Did you
yeah,
say
so I have
Estonia?
Estonia
Yeah.
in Tallinn,
Yeah.
Estonian yarn, Estonian mill, Estonian sheep, and I have about 1,200 meters, I would say, and yeah, I think I'm gonna weave it or
Will it break?
machine knit it.
Might not be strong enough for the.
I think it would. Let me see. Yeah, it would.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because we've seen scarf knitted out with the whole fade as
yeah,
an example, and it's really pretty. So just like a
yeah.
simple either garter stitch, not garter, stockinette stitch, or weaving would be quite fun.
I think we like woven would be nice, or Tanya is supposed to bring me her
The
knitting machine.
Yep.
Um, but the one that she has is DK. She has another one. Anyway,
Oh, but yeah, that could be fun. Of
yeah, like I could do the scarf, um, or I could actually do it on the other knitting machine
a
because I
knitting
can.
machine is only with one type of yarn, and you have to switch for another one, or you can
Well,
switch
there's
the
different.
hooks.
You can. No, they have like knitting machine that do like a range, but like let's say DK to Aaron, and then there's
Okay.
knitting machines that
Lace to
like
fingering.
lower.
Okay.
Um, and the one that she has out now, I think is more like a
So that's why
bigger
people have
gauge.
many knitting machines only because of the gauge,
Yes,
but it's
but I could also do it on the circular knitting machine and do like back and
SD.
forth.
Oh,
Oh, because I could do like you can
oh,
raise one needle and then stop there and then come back and then go and then
but
like I you can do back and
mm,
forth and do like a I don't know like this large
but you could still
maybe.
stick it and just like seam the sides like
Yeah, but then
fabric.
stick you need like you kind of need
Yeah, but
to
if you
have
do
like
like a
a
nice detail on the side with something with a surjeteuse, would it
serger.
serger would it work?
Yeah,
Anyway, it's a project for the future.
project
That
for
will probably
future
not be
me.
knitted, but
Yes, because well, I mean, I think it would be nice to knit it, but then if I want to knit a scarf like we saw, that's just
so long.
stockinette,
Yeah.
like infinite stockinette in fingering weight. So I don't know.
Oh, and
So I bought that in
we've
Estonia.
seen many like mittens or even the scarf.
Yes.
The gauge is so tiny. Like there was like colorwork mittens.
Yeah.
No, I'm never gonna make them. Like
Well,
no.
it has to be tiny to be warm, right?
Yeah,
Like
but so tight.
so. I bought that souvenir. It was 22 euros for like, so about I don't know 7 euros per 100 gram.
Which is a good
So
price.
a very good price, like 10 Canadian dollars per 100 gram. Good price. That's a deal. And then Did you have something from Estonia? What did you brought gin from Estonia?
I brought gin from Estonia. We got the little. Oh no, this was in Sweden. I
Okay.
only got the
Oh,
gin and the candies. Traditional candies. I forgot what's the name of it. And a long stick.
that was Estonia?
Yeah. Yeah, we
That
were
was
trying.
Estonia.
Yeah, we were
Yes.
trying to find a chocolate shop, and we ended up there.
And then I bought more yarn from Finland, from Helsinki. Um, we visited two yarn shops there. One was called Lamb,
Lamb and
Lamb and Co.
Lamb and Co.
Not Lamb and Kid,
No,
it's in
that's
the
an
US.
and Snur.
Snure,
Snure.
Snure, which is downtown. And I bought this yarn from the company Vuonue, Vuonue. It's a Finnish company, has Finnish lamb wool, I hope. I know it's Finnish. I can recognize because it's all written in Finnish. And then it's Finnish lamb wool, and then 20%, 80% Finnish lamb wool, and then 20% nylon that looks bio something or recycled. I don't know. I but it's yeah. And then it's a DK weight. It's that's it. There's a little story that I can maybe translate for next time. And so I'm gonna knit probably with that indoor socks with little like Swedish flag colors because it's white
Yeah,
and
because
blue.
you only shop with a project in mind, and you
Yes.
really wanted to bring something back, and
But
when you had
no, like I
yeah.
didn't want to bring like a full quantity of stuff, and I wanted something from there, local. I think it's
Mhm.
more fun, and then we need to find. Well, we have Arla yarn that's dyed here, so it's local. But yeah, it's very fun to buy something to remember your trip.
Yeah.
And if I end up knitting it, then yeah.
And the last souvenir we brought was actually from the airport, and not everyone will know what it is, but
Yep.
we got vodka, and it was
Yep.
the Tom of Finland vodka. So if you're a gay, you know. But it was like a big icon in the 80s, I think, and it was like the branding was just amazing. So we brought it back, and it was just
Yep.
really fun. So that was a nice trip. It was the first time we were that further away. It was a 7 hour difference from
Yes.
here. So with your sister in the group chat, we were 10 hours from her.
Yep.
That was something.
Yeah, we would wake up before she went to bed.
Yeah.
So.
That's a bit crazy.
And yeah, and then we came back 1 week, and then we left again.
Yes.
We went to Rhinebeck, the New York State Sheep and Wool Festival.
For us, it's only like a 4 hour
Yeah.
drive. We rented a big house with friends, so we stayed over with Tanya, Marie-Laurence, and then New from Heidenhammer, Carmen, and Susan. And then in the weekend, Susan's brother and wife met us, stayed with us for the weekend. It was a big house. It was so gorgeous. It was
Yes, gorgeous house.
Yeah.
Gorgeous weather. It was.
Oh my God, yes.
Sunny. It was warm. The beginning of this heat wave that we're getting.
So everyone were sweating with their nice Rhinebeck sweater the whole weekend. We powered through.
Yeah,
I would have been
I
in
had-
t-shirt and been happy.
I had that as a that we're going to talk about later.
Back up, but you
As
were yeah.
Well, that was my Friday right
Oh, yeah,
sweater,
yeah.
and then the
I had a
my
scarf on
old
Friday,
fashioned
yeah.
my old fashioned was my Saturday Rhinebeck sweater.
On Friday we attended Cakapalooza, which was our first time attending. It was really fun. I think the people working there made it really work. Like while we were waiting, they were to enter because it was time slots. Someone was coming in and just making like giveaways, quiz, like super happy. Like it just made it even more fun. Walked in, there was a lot of nice vendors. Yarnbird was there with our fluff yarn, and
Yes.
then we spent like an hour working with Forever Yarn. That is a yarn store that has our British
DK.
DK
Yes.
line. It was fun to see a lot of you guys there. I've seen a lot of the testers of my latest pattern that was there too. So it's always fun to finally, see someone that it, instead of just behind the computer. Um, Jan was so fun. Like
Yes.
we had a good time. Her husband was wearing the wrong side sweater knitted in Les Bien-Aimés Curry confetti
Yep.
black ones. I want to make one now like that.
Don't you have one in black?
I have one. Oh, but I have the. Oh no, he made the single malt sweater. I have the wrong side in that color, not the single malt. The
Oh,
texture was really fun with the little specks. It was texture on texture.
yes.
And then on Saturday it was Rhinebeck. This was your first time finally doing it without working.
Yes, because last year we had the event on Friday, so I was very tired already, and then I was working with Garthenor.
Just before, I have purchases from Cakapalooza.
Oh, Cake
I
Palooza.
forgot. Cakapalooza. Cakapalooza!
There's...
I brought these two skeins which are from Magpie Fiber, and I got them at Yarnbirds. I felt that this was like me in a skein. It is
It's great.
many shades of gray with some little blues and like some little rust in it. And then I just look at the name and it was London Rain. So
Oh,
London was calling.
London was calling.
There was a sample of a sweater knitted in this, holding two strand of it. So I think I'm gonna try to design like a shawl holding two strand because it was like breaking the little pulling of it. But since there's silk in it, it was really shiny. So I think it was a nice thing. Sorry, go ahead. About Rhinebeck, you were
Yes,
working.
I was working last time. And already very tired, so I barely saw anything apart from the buildings we were in. We were in building C, so I only saw like building C, B, and A. If you went, like those are the
A
big
big one,
buildings,
yeah.
and there's then the barns I never got to because it was one raining and then so tired. So this year I saw them all. I saw the barns. And we spent like a lot of time on the hill,
Yep.
just talking with people, taking photos. That was
Seeing
very fun.
friends. Yeah, there's many friends we haven't seen for a long time.
Yes.
And for the past 2 years that we went, I missed out on something I really wanted. So this time around, I told Vincent, look, I want to find a sheepskin because I knew a place that were selling some that were really like the shades that I love, but every time that I arrive, the good ones are out. So we just sprint to go there. Had to find the name of the place, which was Catskill Farms.
No, it was not.
Sawkill Farms. Because Catskill is a place, but
Yes.
maybe Sawkill is a place too, but it's not the same one. Have an amazing yarn range, and we got this one.
Look at this.
So I don't know if you can see behind it, but we have like really dark wooden tables. So I just felt like this on it would look amazing with some yarn, and it is so fluffy.
Little brown.
Yeah,
Brown butts.
so happy.
Yeah. So that
And
was
it's so
our
soft.
Rhinebeck purchase.
The first one, because after that, oh yeah, that's
the sheep-related Rhinebeck purchase.
Yeah, and then we met Call Me DG, Dana.
Called me,
Yeah.
Call me Doctor something.
Yeah.
Call me Doctor.
So her
Dana.
and her husband are my bourbon pusher.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in a different city traveling, she will message me saying, "My husband say you should try this bourbon or this one." And there's a big barn at the festival that is mainly food related items, which we never really went to. And I discovered.
I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, and then her husband said, "You have to try this one, which is the Hudson Valley Distillers?
Distillery.
No, it's the Distillers.
Distillers.
And it's the straight bourbon whiskey. You could try many different flavors, and that's the one I liked out of everything I tried. So, I mean, sheepskin,
And
bourbon, I'm
that's it.
really happy with what I got. Like,
Yes.
um, I haven't spun for a long time, so I didn't want to buy any fiber, but we've been able to go to Daedalus. We have
Daedalus.
Daedalus, we have their roly-poly for the skein here, and I've seen their new spinners, and they're looking so good. So, like, Ray from Needles of the Rages, like, Kevin just ran through it and got the dark olive one. Like, I want it, but I'm not using spinners right now, so I've been very good and I haven't purchased anything or even braids related. There was many not expensive one. It was
Jess from Flock that we met. She bought like a full fleece. But yeah, if I wasn't to this, I would I would buy that. So
but it's really fun for that. And the whole weekend we spent with Susan's brother and sister. They have a farm, and
in
Lancaster, in Ontario. They brought some of the
their fleece,
the fleece, to have it graded by someone at the show. So I think it's really fun for them to be able to learn so much more about the fiber industry, more than like we will know something, but I cannot grade any. Not even an exam of nothing. Like I cannot grade anything.
So that was it. That was a long recap of our last six months. But really
weeks.
Like 6 weeks. Well, 3 weeks basically. But that's it. That was.
So everyone who we've seen.
Yes.
To everyone that we've seen.
Hello again. Yes. Thank you for coming to see us, asking for a photo, saying hi.
Asking for new podcasts. Hello.
Asking for a new podcast. Hello. We've listened. It's now like we always record on the Monday because the shop is closed. And like it's the Monday after Rhinebeck. Like we're
still on a high from the whole weekend.
So thank you. We'll be back next year probably. Right?
Yeah.
We'll try.
Yeah.
And yeah. So now to the knitting content. Many things were accomplished.
You're the one who has the most finished object this episode.
Yes.
This year. No, this episode.
This episode. And many more to come.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, first, it's gonna be the first month of the Mysterious Garden Club,
which is our sock club. It's a 3-month subscription. You will get a sock set every month, inspired by the little characters, and the colors are related to the illustration made for it.
Yeah. So. First one was Mysterious Mole. It was.
What was the guy's name again? Maurice? No.
Maurice.
Maurice
the Mole.
And Maurice just got his.
Well, what? He had surgery.
Yeah, and just today when we were talking about it.
Yes,
went well.
Surgery yesterday went well. No, today. He's spending
the message was this morning, so.
Yeah, so he's spending the night on the hospital. But yeah, have like fast recovery to Maurice, but not the mole. So this is Maurice the mole, and so it looks a little bit more chocolatey on the
video, but it's more green.
Yeah, it's a greener brown. With speckles.
Well, it's taupe.
It's very like it's a dark taupe, and mole is
taupe.
Taupe
in French.
In French, yeah. If you can hold this, because then I can show the pin. And for the first time,
all the enamel pins and progress keepers are in colors.
Yes, Max went out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. I'm excited because this one is, I feel like this little progress keeper and even the other one in the same collection, they're all a little bit romantic.
Yeah,
And I think it's really nice with the color teams because it's all my version of our version of fall and
yeah,
autumn.
like a
Which one should I say? Fall is British or autumn is
well,
British?
autumn is British,
Fall is
fall is Canadian and American.
okay.
We can say autumn,
And
and
something
then
that
we're
Tanya does
British.
often.
Yeah,
Falling.
fall, yes. So again, comes with now a colored pin, a little sticker of Maurice, uh, yeah, and then a little progress keeper of a little flower, a little rose. Looks
Rose.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like a little.
And you have a 100 gram skein and a 20 gram mini to do heel, cuff, and toe,
Yeah.
which should be plenty enough to do so.
Um, and so in my goals for this season, let's say season,
Oh.
is to learn a new heel on my sock machine so I can now start cranking all of the clubs, like the previous clubs, with I want to learn the Dutch heel, which is a square heel with kind of a flap. And I want to learn that because it's gonna fit me with better. And now I'm like running out of socks, like of commercial socks,
That
and
is true. Yeah.
I don't want to buy anymore because I know I can make like tons of them.
Can you do the Dutch shield hand knitted and on a circular machine, or it's just one of the two?
What?
The Dutch heel, can it be made? You want to make it on a circular machine, but can it be made also
Yes, it can.
hand
I made that on a normal sock at some
Okay.
point. I don't remember.
But you
what.
found a tutorial for the machine?
Yes.
Oh.
And it involves creating stitches because it has kind of a gusset and a heel flap, um, which means you take out some of the needles and then you put them in the machine and then you put a new needle in and then you knit. So you have
Okay.
like basically creating stitches. It's complicated, so that's why
You want to try it?
I want to try it. But then it's gonna the socks are gonna fit me better, and then yeah. So the first month it left uh, when we left on vacation, and the second month
Has left this week.
has left this week. Well, today. So
We'll reveal it on the next
in 6 months.
episode. No, before that.
Before that.
Yeah. And then we also created a new project that we've been working on with Woolens and Nosh, which is called Seasons of Socks. So this is a project for a year. Each change of the season, we will release a sock set that you buy blind. So
Yeah.
it's a surprise getting it. I'm showing it because
Mystery.
everyone has received it. This is the first one. It is fall. It is a self-striping yarn that Michelle from Woolens and Nosh hand dyes. She is the queen of self-striping. It is so good. So this one is a 100 gram skein, and hers come with a 30 gram mini. So it is extremely generous. You can make really a long.
Yeah, a long cuff. Basically, with a 20 gram, you can make comfortably. You can make the toe and the heel, and then like a little bit of a cuff. But with 30 grams, you can do like any cuff you want. Basically.
And you could make 2 pair of shorties with this. That would be
Yes.
my guess. But I like to make my socks really long. And it is 90% targi wool and 10% nylon, and it is superwash.
Yes.
So this one is fall. The next one will be winter, and it goes on sale December 21st because we want to make it like a
Well,
seasonal.
it go. So people who bought the autumn
first
one,
yeah, we'll get early access to the other one, but it's not a yearly. Everyone could get in at some point. It's just
Yes.
those are limited quantity because it takes a long time to dye
yes,
self-striping yarn. But yeah, so me and Vincent designed the colors and how the stripe would interact, and then Michelle.
dyed them, and that's
magic.
it.
Yep.
And then, so again, that's another thing I'm gonna knit on the machine when I have my heel figured out. Because are
Yeah,
gonna
I
show.
won't show it in the whips works in progress because that's me only one, but I've already knitted half of a sock. Well, one sock, but the other pair is almost done. So I'll show later on what it's gonna look like.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, it's a
it's
big.
beautiful. Yes. And then we have just a little teaser because it's now sold out. But we have designed the box of the. Hey, aujourd'hui, là. So it's a little teaser of the holiday mystery box. It went on sale while we were on vacation. Again, limited quantities, so it's now sold out. But
The theme was Northern Wonders.
yes.
And we can now reveal the box design because
Okay.
we get a custom
I'll show
box
the
this year.
back first.
Yeah.
So this is the box you'll receive. A little, very nice pattern. It looks so good. And then the side, no.
The side.
The side. So this is the full box, the front. It looks, it looks so
Yeah.
good. And then, well, no, we're gonna keep the surprise of the inside.
Just a little bit. They got
A little peek.
Nothing is inside.
But
Is it
yeah.
better? Yeah, go ahead.
Whoop. Lager. Oh, okay. There's a little text there. So this was a very fun thing to design.
It's like one of my first time designing anything in 3D like that, and like when we ordered just one sample before, just to see how it was gonna look, we didn't know how the printer was gonna,
Yeah.
you never know, and we just
Oh, it looks like
so good.
so good. I hope that they're all like that. I mean that's one of the
Samples, but there was two. No, there were two upstairs. So
yeah. So that's the one.
Yeah, that's a new one.
That's a new one. So they look great. So can't wait to fill them with goodies.
Yeah, so every holiday we're starting to be like hopping our game.
Yes.
I'm quite happy with that.
Well, at some point
we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
We're gonna come to your home at Christmas.
Yeah, we're gonna hand deliver them.
Yes.
All few hundreds of them. Yeah.
Oh, oh, oh. Like we said, those are so many big projects that we've been working on for such a long time, and I have another project to show.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm a published author.
A published knitting author, but in French.
Yeah. Maybe this. Oh. So this is a French book called Enfile ta petite laine, which would mean put on your yarny sweater.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is actually the first book of made in Quebec, printed in Quebec, featuring Quebec designer and
6
yarn
Quebec
from here.
designers and 6 Quebec, well, no, more than 6 Quebec yarns.
With from Quebec Amérique, which is a Quebec publisher. I was really happy to work with them because this was a new collaboration for me to work with this publishing company.
Here's our friend Jean-Philippe. Is in here. He has 3 designs.
Yeah.
And then there's Marie-Christine.
From New Brunswick.
From New Brunswick, but originally from Quebec. From Rimouski, it says so here. Yeah, and she... Oh.
Hello.
There's Maxime Cyr.
And the photos have been taken by our friend Remy, who's my official photographer.
Yeah.
It was really easy to work with because we know each other so well. It was really a fun thing because it's a project that one of the editors started because she's a knitter, and she sort of started a little knitting group at her at the publisher house because she found that someone else was a knitter too. And they both pitched to the big boss that we should do a knitting book. There's so many knitters and talented people from here. So this was like 2 years in the making, which is quite a long project. I'm really excited that it's available like in Yarn Shop, like we have one here.
Yeah.
in every like.
Well, you have more than one. You
Yeah.
can buy it here.
You can buy it here, but I mean, it's even like in a normal bookshop, like
Yeah, it's in all.
Nobre or Amazon or all those ones.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. It's on everywhere. So very nice. There's 16 patterns, and it's $45. So less than $3 a pattern.
Yeah, it's only available in French and in the books. And my collaboration, I've shown part of it, but this is, I was allowed to show the progress, but not say for what it was. So this is in French. It is called panache. So I think you could say the same thing in English.
Panache.
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 It's a reworked version of my Frankly My Dear, which is a sweater that I just needed to give a lot of love because I've released it, was not happy with how I fit in it. So like many years later, I reworked it. It is in our BFL twist base.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's in the book.
It's in the book. There's a hat, a matching hat. Those were Max's pattern. And here's an example of our friend Jean-Phi's patterns.
So this is the hat that is available
in the book. One of his patterns. It's the hat
Guilford?
that wears. Yeah, I think it's the Guilford hat.
Yeah, it's the Guilford hat.
Yeah. And it's. Yeah, Guilford hat.
Which is a street not too far from here.
Yeah, where Jean-Phi used to live.
Yeah, when he was living on a plateau and not almost Laval.
It's made with our BFL Aran weight. So the BFL Aran, it's an Aran weight 100% BFL yarn superwash. And it's knitted sideways.
Yeah. So this is how they archive. This is how it gets the little stripey without doing color work. And it's really squishy.
Yes.
It's a bit the Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
The colors.
Don't say it a
Just
third
twice.
time. Just twice.
This is the smartest title for a movie sequel.
The second movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So this is all from the book.
The book, Enfile, ta petite laine.
Available here. And you can request a little autograph if you want to when you order it from here.
Yes.
And you could even ask one from Jean-Phi because he often stop here. Well,
I mean,
we can.
maybe. We can try.
We can try.
Uh,
Or just meet him.
He's here for the knit night.
Yeah.
That we have every 2 weeks. But if he doesn't come to one, then it's going to be like 4 weeks till we see him again.
Fine.
So
just wait for...
you can, well, I mean, you can request it. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, otherwise he's probably going to be at Knit City Montreal, which
Yes.
you'll be able to have your book signed by him. Next thing, you're going to see we have many
finished objects. What is... Oh, it's
I'm
yours.
wearing it.
Yes.
So this is my second old-fashioned cardigan, which is a cardigan version of the single malt sweater. It is knitted in Aran weight. For this one, I've used our BFL Aran, which is
British Aran.
British Aran, which is 80% BFL, 20% Masham.
No, 70-30.
70-30. Numbers today are math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you what you hold me, and then...
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So this was... Vincent tried to dye Max's camo on the British base, and it is an unsuperwash and doesn't take the dye as he would do on a superwash base.
Yeah.
So it just ended up as a YOLO. So it is just a darker version with some variation of Max's khaki. And I had like the perfect amount of skein just to do this one. So it was just...
That he stole, because it could have been yours.
Agreed, but no.
But no.
To be fair, they were sitting in the shelf of the store for a long time,
Yes.
but we didn't put them online.
Yes, they weren't on
which is the reason why they didn't sell. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, better for me. So it's a really easy top-down cardigan. You start with the collar, and then you attach it while you're knitting.
For the knitting posse, and she said, how many 7-inch of ribbing or something? Oh,
Yeah, I have something to say about that. They complain a lot about ribbing.
Oh yeah,
It has to happen sometime. Okay?
yeah. Ribbing has to happen, girls.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Just kidding, we're friends.
yes.
So you attach it. The short rows are made in the collar, so the back is higher than on the front, which means you don't have to break out the stitch pattern while doing it. It's a raglan construction. It's quite easy to follow because on one of the row is you only knit to the end, and the second row is the motif repeat. And it's
Yeah.
a 4-row motif, and you can easily, once you figure out how it works, visually identify where you are at.
Yeah.
So it makes it quite easy to do.
I mean, it's better. Like it's better to try and learn that also than just
then having
following.
yeah.
Than like checking every row. So basically, I would just like knit, and then at the beginning of the row, I would look. Okay, I need to do knit purl or purl knit. Like I would look at the thing. So when you put it down and pick it back up, if you have learned how to read that particular pattern, then that is stitch pattern on the
It's
knitting.
really helping you trust your instinct.
Yeah.
Because, for example, since I'm writing a lot of pattern lately, I barely look at any instruction because I'm writing them as I go. But for this one, since it was my second time doing it, I was rereading the pattern that I've made, and I've been able to follow my instinct afterward because you sort of remember what you were attempting to do. Before we went on vacation, I had everything done except the band here and one sleeve. And like he said, we came back like less than a week before Rhinebeck. So
Yeah.
I really had to like sprint everything to get it done because I really wanted it to be my Rhinebeck sweater, cardigan. And I got it done.
Yeah.
It's normal length on the side, and then here you pick up the stitch on the side afterward. You knit for I think 4 inches, and then bind off, and you just seam it in to have like a nice,
It's just 2 or
maybe
3.
3, like well, maybe 3.
Why?
Why? I've made it just a bit looser than the last time than my last one because I love the oversized fit lately, and I think these one feel even more comfy when
Well,
it's
I mean,
cold.
it's a bit like I think your sleeves are looser and
And I've made it just like a bit not younger,
longer.
younger. So there it is. It's my favorite. I've made like 2 single malt, then 2 old fashioned. You've made 1 of each too, so together we have like 6 of them.
I've never made the.
You tried. That's right. Sorry, you tried making.
I
this.
tried. I tried. To make
Ended
the
up with the old fashioned. That's my most worn
Yes.
pattern, just because I made so many versions of it. Because when I like something, I buy every colors of it. So I'm easy like that. Next,
Next.
spoiler alert again.
Yes, I'm also wearing mine. This one I've talked about. It's the Katholt sweater for men from Knitting for Olive. It's knitted in their heavy merino base, which is like a worsted to Aran weight base. I think it's worsted. I think they market it as worsted, and it has a great like 19 stitches per 10 centimeters, 4 inches. So worsted gauge. Yeah, so I finished it. I don't remember exactly where I was.
Like almost here. You
No,
had the color
no,
left.
I think it had at least like half.
Is it not done? Or... Yeah. No.
Well, the color's done at the end.
Yeah,
Anyway.
the color wasn't done last time. I don't remember because I looked at the video earlier just to see what we had done.
But it's. I think the sleeves are just a tiny bit short. Yeah. But I think like.
With the more you will
Like-
wear it.
But then also, like one repeat of the thing would maybe make it a little bit too long as well. So I stopped it. I modified it from the original pattern, but I know they changed it before releasing it officially. It's out now. It was a test knit that I was doing. They had provided the yarn. The original, well, first modification that I did was using 2 colors. The original pattern only has like 1 contrast color for both type of patterns. So that was my first modification. The other one was to shorten the yoke a little bit because it was a little too long to my liking in the pattern, but I know that they removed some repeats, or they modified it so it's shorter for all sizes. I haven't looked at my size and compared to what I did versus what's now in the pattern. I know that they shortened it by at least half of the difference. I think I removed 8 rounds, and I know that they removed at least 4. So already it's a little bit shorter.
Was your row gauge, run gauge the same as?
Yeah, the row gauge, and I did swatch, but don't do that. Don't do that. But I was on gauge. But I mean, like for a sweater, you can start, and then when you're
Yeah,
there,
you're liking. Yeah.
But you can also like you can pre-block it or you can steam it and see if it's your gauge, and then if it's way too, you can start again, and it won't take long. Like if you at least look at the gauge with some kind of blocking or steaming before finishing the entire thing, then you're good. And that's basically what I did. I knitted like up to kind of here to have like at least like
a good idea
of like the gauge. I steamed it and it was the right gauge, so kept on going. So yeah, I had shortened it, the yoke, and did less stitches on the sleeve than what was in the pattern. I don't know if they modified that, but that's an easy adjustment if you want to do it. And that's it. And now I really like the fit of it. Just gonna but I'm trying to show like there's no like bat wing. It's like it's very nice. It's like not oversized. There's like 4 inches of positive ease, 4 or 5 inches of positive ease.
So it would be like this slim fit when you buy like a sort of fit for like either a sweater or a collar shirt.
Yeah,
I think that would be it. Like it looked really modern.
And I wore that at Cakepalooza. It was, well, in the back where there was no sun, I had to put it on, and then in the front when it was like super sunny, I did the Susan's version. So I wore it on my shoulders, but I still had a very nice sweater to wear. So very happy with it. I've worn it on Saturday as well, or
no, Sunday when you were driving the car.
Yeah, but I did dinner Saturday as well. So Saturday at Rhinebeck, I had my old fashioned, but at the restaurant I had that. So really love it. Very nice.
And thank you for everyone that came to the hill to say hi with their old fashioned. We've seen like a dozen of it, so like it was quite cool. It's something you really don't want in life, someone wearing the same thing as you. But like in those kind of event where you all made it, this is like the fun part of seeing all your doppelganger. So
yeah, and we saw a few unbearable hoodies.
Yeah. I saw 2 months of floral. Michael was wearing the bolt.
And Michael was wearing the
bolt.
The bolt, yeah, but at Cakepalooza he was wearing the other one, the fluff one, the
officer.
The officer one.
Yeah, and Ray was wearing the.
Yeah,
it's really weird to see
we saw For Fuck's Sake. Yeah. We saw. Yeah, very nice. So that's it. That was my
adorable
first finished object.
Next thing is a new design of mine that has been test knitted, so it will be released next month. It is called the Dual Cowl, which I'll show you the shape before putting it on, so you'll see. So this is a cowl / dicky. I think I've made like my version of it. It's knitted in pieces, so you have 2 pieces that you knit, and then you seam them together. So you start at the bottom. It is 2x2 ribbing. You increase on the side, and then you will decrease really quickly on one side, on the second side, and then do the collar. And then you do the second piece, and then on the side it is a whip stitch. It's meant to be worn. You can put it over something, or just, for example, like your shirt, this, and then your coat over it. I'll put the white on the front because of the thing here. Let's see if I can get it styled nicely.
Yes.
And do I have to go the other side? Yeah. Because the camera is on reverse, so it's hard to get to it. Where's the... This... Hey.
Maybe we'll...
So there would be something like this.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. So I like the idea of having the whole warm from knitwear without being like a whole sweater out of it.
Yeah, like over a t-shirt and then a coat. It's
good. Okay. And it's called dual because you can wear any side. Yes. Yeah. There you go. Okay, I really love it. And see, you get on.
Yeah, you can see the. Well,
it's pop.
Maybe you could have used the other color.
Yeah, I'll show it after, but
Okay.
That was my first one, and this one is just like it's fitting with it. So what I've used is it this one, and this one. Okay, so Isegard Vini. Held it with one strand of mohair. We have them in 50 grams and this one in 25 grams. It is a really nice pairing. It's make it really warm, fluffy, airy. I'm really happy.
Yeah, and this is like 22. So the entire kit is like $80.
Something like that, yeah. That's the joy of having something 50 grams where you can actually make it something that doesn't cost too much.
It's very nice.
And I'll show you the other side and I'll just pick it up for a second so that you get the whole idea behind it. So this is your day look. And then at night you say, woof.
Now it's green.
Yeah. Okay, I'll try to. So it... I already struggle with the left and my right. Yeah, so that would be the look for the other side. So you could wear it over something too, because it's designed to be nice. I don't know. Ooh. It's at the best angle, but you get exactly the same length on the back. And there you go. So this is version 1, and we're taking the photos this week, and Remy has a really sweet spot where he took a photo like a couple of years ago, and it has like really with autumn vibes. The leaf were falling, and we're gonna go there and attempt to recreate the same vibe. So because of that, I really wanted something that felt autumn. So I went with this orange and beige.
Beige. But this one's a warmer beige.
Yeah. And there was the mohair core was black on this one. Again, left and right. You try it. You could also do like...
because I wouldn't have done
this. Gonna look stupid, but you could do it. Like, this is so autumn. Left, right, no, this way. It's so hard.
Yes, but you don't have to do it on camera.
I know. Yeah, so now I really want to make the wind whistle sweater. It's all brioche.
Yes.
I want to make it in this color.
Oh.
That would be so good.
You make it.
I said I want to make it. I don't think I will, but I want to make it.
Wanted to make it in black, but I don't think I will.
No. So this is night, and then we'll switch it. If you
No,
like a...
we
Yes.
don't.
Look. I'm not gonna style it properly, but that would be this.
Yes.
Like it's a messy night because you did the whole an all-nighter, and then you're just like, ooh.
Oh, yes.
And that one was I didn't separate it from the skeins.
So yeah, the tweenie skeins are basically big 100-gram skeins, but there's two in them. So
Yep.
if you only want 50, we'll
Split.
separate them and ship it to you different, separated. I don't think that's this mohair though, but
Nope, that's the other one. Better.
There you go.
Yeah, I was really intrigued. The core is black on this one, and it just create an extra marl without stealing focus. It's just adding a little depth to it, and you still see the
nice.
yeah. There you go.
There you
So it's
go.
going to be out next week.
Out next week?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, out next week.
that's what I said.
Next week.
Oh, repeating it.
Yes.
But I wanted to show it before because I'm quite happy. Really fun. You could stash bust easily. A speckled yarn on one side with a speckled mohair, and then like a tonal on another one. I think you could do many different combos.
Could probably just do one, like no mohair, and just do one DK or one
I think this one
sport.
would be sport, yeah.
But
I did many attempts on this one. My shaping here was hard to figure out because you had to finish one side, then knit the other one, and then seam it, and then you get the result. And I did. It wasn't sitting
So many.
well. Yeah, I am. But I'm at the point where I
but
don't
then
mind.
when you start listening to me,
No, I had to do something else. But
no.
yes and no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have to listen to you. Um, shut up. Yeah, my first version had an
it's my
I-cord.
2%.
Mm-hmm. It had an I-cord editing on the side, and it was really nice, but it made it hard to.
It was a little too tight.
Yeah. And because you wanted to sit nicely on the shoulder, it was puckering on this place. But since I started over with that, I was able to change something else that I wouldn't have done without your 2%. But then on top of that, I added my own 2%, so that it cancel out.
Oh, okay.
So here you go.
Dual cowl.
Next week, so October something. I don't know which day we are.
27th is the Sunday because it's my birthday.
Yes, someone's
Yay.
turning 41.
No,
Someone.
31.
I'm gonna take my birthday gift for you from last year back then.
No.
Yes.
And I finished another sweater. Can you imagine? And one that I haven't showed previously. So since the last episode, I cast it on and finished a sweater. But it's tiny.
It's so cute. It is the cutest thing.
Yes. So this is the little Inge sweater by Lene. Oh, I forgot to write the name. We'll put it in the show notes. Completely, the complete name. It is
Adorable.
adorable. She had, I think her brand is Lene Knits. Lene Knits, yeah. And so she had released the Inge sweater as part of the Isager
Tradition.
Archives collection.
Archives, yeah.
And now they're releasing the Little Archives collection. So all the patterns now will have a child version, a children version. So I had seen this sweater and I really wanted to make it for myself, but then commitment. It's like a full color work sweater. Like
You might see a ton of little sweater like that in the shop as sample because they're
Yes,
just adorable to make, even though
and
we have children.
it didn't take long to knit. Um, yeah, it's very, very cute. I use Jensen. I don't have the. Those are my leftovers. Oh, the red is there. So the main color is. Look at my floats. I mean,
Oh, you're using your.
yes.
Smells good.
So the main color is 6S. So I had 350 grams. So 150 grams. I have like this much left. The first contrast color is 100. Because they color numbers for the name. You need 250 grams. So 100 grams. I had this much left, and this is not a leftover. This is a full 50 gram skeins. But you only needed a 50 gram skeins for the
Pluses.
thing, and it's color 28. So 300 grams, I think, total. Yeah. I made the smallest size, the 2-year-old, for my nephew. It's gonna stay in the shop for a while because it's a big 2-year-old,
Mhm.
I think. Looking at the normal standard grading grids or what like the numbers, it looks a little bit larger than a 2-year-old, so it's gonna fit like longer, I think. He has a 18 months now wearing that I made the little grain sweater by Anna Joanna was in 18 months, and it's now like it's fitting him still well, and he's 18 months right now. So this is a lot larger.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
so it's gonna fit him. I think like the until the end of the winter, maybe next winter as well, or next fall
It's
as
gonna
well.
be adorable.
Yes, and then he's gonna have a little brother that also can wear it. So
In between, we'll get it for the shop, and then we'll.
yes, we'll bring it back to the shop.
Speaking of shop, we're gonna have kits for it online soon. They're not available right now, but we have plenty of yarn to make it. You can see all the quantities on their Ravelry page if you want to make it. But in a couple of weeks,
Yes,
we've
we'll
already
have
selected the kits for it.
the
'Cause
kits, or
I need.
write to us,
Yeah,
send us an email, and we can put the kit together for you. But yeah, for the 2-year-old, you need 3 skeins of this color, 2 skeins of the blue, and 1 skein of the red. And very easy to follow, I think. It's
yeah,
it's always subjective,
yeah.
right? Because there's like there's a bunch of grids. I had trouble. I had a little difficulty following the sleeve grid, the sleeve chart, because all the size on there are on the same chart, and then I should have like highlighted my actual
Mhm.
size. Then it would have been easier, but I was always going back to the wrong side. So, but that was for the beginning of the first sleeve, and then second sleeve was easy.
So we've learned why Scandinavian pattern are written differently than American one or Canadian one. Most of them will learn crochet at school, and then the
Yes.
next year they will all learn knitting. So when they start with
Well,
they
at
know
least in Finland, I
in
don't
Finland
know.
at least,
Yeah.
they know that you're supposed to know how to knit. So they're not gonna hold your hand because you've learned it at school. So this is why the direction are more like they took for granted that you know
Yeah.
or will be more resourceful to look out for something. So this is why we sometimes when I do like
Yeah.
a petite knit or something, you're like, am I missing something? It's just because
Oh.
it's just written differently.
So yeah, I'm gonna make one for myself
Yeah.
at some point.
Did you figure out the colors or you?
No, I don't know if I want to make the same or if I want to make like the brown one that we made kits for. Um,
But I feel this one has the same vibe as the one you're wearing right now, where you have a
Yep.
neutral and one little pop of color.
Yeah. But maybe I'm gonna do something, but with fingering and mohair instead of DK. So
Mm.
this is a one strand of DK. I used the recommended needles and I was on gauge. I also did swatch. Don't do it or do it. I don't care. But again, I started and saw that it was fine. But we'll have a story of not swatching
Oh, yeah.
that
So
ended up badly.
it's still pretty bad
Yes.
and pretty.
So you actually need like 4 needle sizes for this. You start with it has like a little rolled stockinette color. You start with like very smaller needles. You do this. So for the 2-year-old, I found that the head hole, the color was a little bit too small um, for a child's head. Like even because they still have big heads, like so I thought it was a little bit small and also not stretchy. So I casted on more stitches. I casted on the number of stitches for the next size, which is 4-year-old, I think. And I also did a German twisted instead of just a long tail cast on. Um, and then so you start with that little roll thing, and then you increase your needles to do the ribbing. There is some short, and then you increase again for the end of the ribbing. So 3 needle sizes for the color. Then short rows,
Then color work.
then color work, and with a fourth needle. And I think it was 4.5 millimeters US 7. Yeah, that I used. So I had to do a little bit of math to go from the like number of stitches increase less after the color, and I had to figure out the short rows, but very happy with the results. And yeah, the lengths seem good. Oh, so
Yeah, no matter the size of it, it's just gonna be the cutest kid
yeah.
photo we're gonna receive from
Oh
the
yes.
sister after.
Well, actually, like we'll have to fly him over and have him pose for Remy
Oh, as a
as an official photo.
official, yeah.
So that was it.
Next one is a bit of cheating, but it's a new sample for the shop.
Oh,
It's
cheater!
the Haw-
You didn't finish
No, I
it.
didn't knit this. It's the Hawthorne tank by Boylan Knitwear, which is
Knitworks,
Knitworks
right? Portland
by
Knitworks?
Caitlin Hunter. Okay.
Yes.
She released it at the end of the summer. Wait, this way. It's a really simple tank with a nice dentelle lace in the middle. It's the same thing front and back. It
Why
is.
don't you try it on?
No, I don't think it's gonna be good. But it's Marie Claude who knitted it. She did size 2. 2. Size 2. It's really adorable. She made it with our BFL sock, and she used one skein and like just a quarter.
Yeah, a tiny bit, like
tiny bit of the
almost
other
just for the. She said like almost just for the little bretelle
Spaghetti strap.
straps. Yeah.
That's what I remember from my teenage years. Spaghetti
Well,
straps. Sorry. So there you go. She said that the lace part was really fun to do. You have like a little stockinette in between. This was our holiday project. A really quick one, enjoyable. So if you want to prepare
for
for next summer, it's not even in summer fiber, but it's not too hot because it's really small.
Yeah.
So
well, probably maybe not now, but for next summer we'll have a page with kits for the quantities. Basically, it's only one color, so you don't really need a kit, but We
Just
might put like
suggestion to do, yeah.
yeah, we might put like a page for it so that you know you have the right quantities to knit it. So
Pretty.
very nice.
Thank you, Marie-Claude.
Thank you, Marie-Claude. On to the not swatching and mistake. So we met Sari in Finland, and I got to show her my. Oh, so so this is the Kuutar sweater
This is
that
Tanya's.
Tanya knitted. It's one strand of British 4-ply and one strand of mohair. This is in a colorway Roseanne. That's she knitted that quite a while ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, so it's in our shop as a sample. But then I wanted to do the hat. So I made the hat. I finished it. Almost. Because it's, yeah. There's a long twisted rib part that you fold in if you want. You have the option, she gives the option of not, if you don't want to do the entire thing, you can just do this little part and not fold it in.
Fold in the tree.
So that's the thing. So the mistake is she recommends 3mm needles for this. And the gauge is supposed to be in lace. It's supposed to be 20 stitches per 4-inch. Or I think one repeat, which is 16 stitches, is supposed to be 3 inches. So there's like a kind of 2 gauge listed. And she recommends 3mm. And I took, because it was, at that time I tended to be a little bit tighter, so I started with 3.25mm needles, which is a US 3, and figured it would be fine. It's a hat anyway, it's a sample. If it fits larger, it's fine, it's gonna fit me. I made the smaller size. There's 2 sizes, so I made the one with 7 repeats, and the other one is 8 repeats. It's not giving too much away, it's just so it's the same lace chart that we like. Where is it? It's there.
Yeah.
It's the same lace chart as that, but with 20 stitches. I should have thought that 20 stitches with fingering and mohair would kind of be about DK, and for me that would have been like a 3.75 or a 4mm needle at my normal knitting tension. I think Sari might be a looser knitter than I am, so that's why she took those needles, but I didn't swatch. I just took like one size up, but that was not enough because it's way smaller than it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like at least another inch, I think, larger.
But we're going to use it as a sample for the shop because you still get to see what it's going to
Yes.
look like.
Yeah.
And
it's going to fit like a small head, like
Yeah.
maybe Tanya's. She has a small head. She says herself. She says so herself. I'm not judging. Could fit my sister or mom maybe because they also have like smaller heads. Yeah. So, and I left like a pretty long tail.
Yeah. I tried to hide it and now you're showing it.
I'm showing it. Well, because I want to maybe like try and secure the brim inside because I wanted to try it as an option. Just like.
But when I blocked it today, I folded the thing.
Yeah, but you folded it up.
Yeah, and I like the look of it.
But it's not twisted on this side. You don't spend like.
That is
like,
true.
So much time doing like, I don't know, 7 inches of twisted rib to then hide it by doing it that way. So,
See the knitting posse?
right? So I get that it looks nice, but if you want to do that, then you would need to do
The twisted pearl and
the
the twisted knit.
twisted,
Yeah.
either twisted pearl or twisted pearl, or then you do it like a short row and you go knit it inside out, knit the ribbing inside out to have the twisted on this side.
Okay, then secure it before we bring it here. It's gonna look more finished.
Yes. That's the plan.
Yeah.
But then also there's like the twisted rib continues from the chart into the twisted rib. So like if you want to do it this way, that kind of break a little bit the.
Yeah, and it's not on the sweater. And that one is actually top down, so you start from the.
Yep, you start from the very top with a magic ring type cast on for those who know crochet. And then you knit the chart. It's a repeat all around, and then yeah, that's it. So.
And the yarn you used?
Yeah. Oh yes, it's there.
Yeah.
I used no wait, it's not all there. Where is
It fell in the.
Oh, there you go. So it's one strand of British 4-ply, one strand of mohair, held throughout. We have done a robin beanie.
Same combo.
Same combo. Same combo of yarn, different colors. We might do the poet and have a little Sari kit.
So like a nice or British with the little texture yarn with a sort of mohair. It just had a little fuzz to it and even more shine because of the silk again. It's really.
Yeah,
I'm a
nice
mohair convert now. It took me a while.
Yeah.
I think I just needed to find the right project, but yeah.
So it was. It didn't take me too like.
No, you went quite.
I was like somewhere, like here in the chart, like almost no. I think it was here-ish. Yeah, and then I knitted the rest of the chart, and then this in about 2 days. It was not. It went very quickly after I decided to finish it, basically. So I have a whip that I'm basically gonna rip out, but I'm gonna show it anyway, just so you know what I'm doing. So we're remaking the Whisper sweater. The Whisper sweater was done with Shibui yarns that are unfortunately no longer available. So
we developed a collection for them back in 2019. I'm not sure. 2020?
It was 2020. It was after the pandemic.
But we've met them at their place when we started talking about it. So
that was at the pandemic.
Yeah.
So yeah, we started in 2019. It was released in 2020, I believe, because
yeah, something like that. But we wanted to remake some of the pattern we've made because the yarn is no longer available, and might as well do it in our yarn because this one is available.
Yeah. So I started, and then we wanted to fix a little bit, like because it was
tweak it,
not fix it, but tweak, fix some. Well, not like arrange. Like I'm gonna say fix some of the small issues that we had with it, and then rewrite it the way we write patterns now. So I started this, and it is so. It's hard not to talk about it. But it's a special yarn that we're going to show a lot more of soon. It's a Les Garçons yarn. Has some texture.
And it's amazing.
It's amazing.
And it's something you already love.
Yes.
But with a plus.
Yes. So I started this, wanted to figure out the short rows because that was one of the small issues. And I'm not too happy with what I've done. I think the color is a little bit too small because we have to, the gauge is different. This is British DK. So, and the other one was sport weight, kind of.
Like heavy sport, but it's a difference
Yeah,
between.
it's so this, yeah. So I have to redo the gauge. The gauge, like also the row gauge, is a lot different than the other one, so I have to figure that out. Do the short rows. Not happy with it, so I'm gonna restart it. But that's like
Not too much work,
not too much work.
but enough so that
But
you can put it on the side, restart it, compare
Yeah.
it, and then see which one you like.
and then I can measure the gauge.
Yeah.
And now I have the final gauge of it. So that's it. It's a whisper sweater. I was like one stripe in, and it's a stripe sweater with two
Mhm.
different color yarns. In the original one, it was two bases, but now we're gonna do two different colors. So this is it. I'm not gonna show it too much
Too
more.
much.
That's it. Really love it. Very soft.
Very, very soft.
More to come.
So we've shown you this earlier.
We move on quickly.
Next.
Next.
And well, I've hand knitted this one, which is how it would look. Okay, it's
Yeah. It looks
yeah.
very good.
So you have different sizes of striped, and then in between there's this like I know in between it's white, and the toe, heels, and cuff are in that little grayish. So the whole first motif is here from here. So you have from the orange to the green, and I've
Yep.
decided to have
Those
3 repetitions.
6 colors plus white
Yeah.
plus the details.
So I decided to have 6 repetition of it. It is a afterthought heel. I did my toe up, so this is one, and my second one is in my tied up bag.
I guess I didn't show the original bag that the sweater was in.
Yep.
I'll show it after.
And this is what I have so far. So this little marker is when we left Rhinebeck, and this is where I cut when we were home. So
So that's car knitting.
car knitting.
So that's. I was falling asleep.
Oh yeah, it was. We were listening to a podcast. It's super interesting, but you know when someone just talk and talk and talk, you sort of like get
Yeah.
tired. And it's the same thing. It's pretty, but it's the same thing on the highway the
Yes.
whole time.
It's pretty colors,
Yeah.
pretty fall colors, but yeah. So
Toe
lots
up.
of knitting.
I've put it a strand here so that I will remove it later on to do my afterthought heel. And I was almost done for my ribbing. So this is what I have left from the 30 grams. So I will do my cuff, then heel. And from the 100 gram, I have this left. So
Like one
one repetition left. Yeah, because there's only one orange. So I would have like this left afterward. So you can make it easily even bigger.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3. So there's a total of 7 repetition in one skein, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
There you go. I have many other whips that I'll show at another time because I'm working on developing a
And we have so many finished
Things, yes. too. But I'm working on developing sort of a stitch pattern for myself that I will use in different variation. And it means that I've swatched for days and I've been annoying with finding the perfect
Oh.
color.
My,
But I did end up finding it. Like I'm so happy.
are you
But-
sure? I saw you looking at other colors today.
Oh, but that's to do version 2. That goes well with
I'm
version A.
so over it.
That is a complementary to version B.
There's like 3 patterns
Yes.
and many versions of each of them.
Yeah.
It's.
But I'm happy now. It took me a
Yes.
while, but I'm happy now.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah,
Uh,
so that's what we have so far in our needles. I hope you're excited for the coolest project we've ever made.
Yes. So, my Whispers whip was in this beautiful, exclusive, ice-dyed Heidenheimer bag in Les Garçons. And I'm going to try and show, I think it has some here. There's some like gold ink splatters all around.
So the fabric is high-dyed. She specializes in that. She does a lot of color for one. And while we were at the knitting retreat last year in Melrby, which is in the Lake District in the UK, New was there from Heidenhammer, and I sort of had this idea of, so since you do ice dyed, can we sort of mimic marble, like a marble table? And she was super excited about it. She did 2 tries to have like the perfect shade, and then she matched it with like a walnut leather straps, which feels like legs from a countertop table, not a countertop, come from a table. And then after that, she splashes some of the gold. The fabric is sturdy. They're all one of a kind. Pieces of art.
And little brass hardware, a little gold foil here. It's written Les Garçons. You can see it so there's a like little gold splatter that you can see here. It's beautiful.
Luxury. It does feel.
Yeah, it's like heavy. Well, it has yarn in it, but it's also heavy
it's
by
sturdy,
itself.
Yeah. It's fully lined with a fabric that fits with this one.
It's lined with a light gray fabric. Has pockets inside for all your thing.
So this one is the prototype that she sent us. They're all made to order, and there's a limit of them. So they are available for pre-order right now, and
that's it. So yeah, they're on the website, pre-order. They're gonna be here in November, I think.
But they're one of a kind. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, we won't do another run of this.
We just wanted to make something special.
It's very pretty. So
and we have only one, and we exchange it. That's the deal.
Yes.
With
I brought it to Rhinebeck to show it off. It's very, very lovely. So there's that. And in her new fabric, she has found a new
not a male, but
Canva fabric supplier. So we've got a
ordered a classic.
Yeah, a
but
restock
it's
of
more sturdier. But the same. That's
so
elevated.
The new yellow is called honey instead of mustard.
Honey.
This one's still called midnight blue, and then we also got with the same fabric a new model of the tote bag. So it's a there's yarn in it.
Yeah, I put some yarn in it to have it. So that's what I use all the time. I bring it from the shop, from our place to the shop. My laptop goes in it, project, notepad.
Outside pockets so that you don't have to like go through on both sides.
Cell phone goes there, water bottle goes on the other one.
Oh, yeah.
Really
this
good
side, water bottle, coffee mug. So all new-ish products from Heidenheimer in the shop. We had a lot of tied-up bags also in that order, but they all sold.
Yeah, so this is our favorite little thing because they fit perfectly in this and the tote. It's just a nice way to divide any project, and I feel like it's really smart the way she designed them. So we have only one color left, and just one of it.
But we're
gonna get more for the holidays for sure. But smart invention.
That's what's in the shop.
And
for Heidenheimer.
Yeah. This came out earlier this month which is the 70s shawl. It's so cool.
You had shown it, right?
I shown it, but it is now out. It's combining our fluff with is a year
Jensen.
Jensen. Again, since these are 50-gram skein, we're able to make an affordable shawl set. I think they retail for like 130 Canadian. I think that's what I saw.
Yeah, 120,
130.
30?
Right, 130 Canadian. So there's kits for the original one, which is this one. After that, we've made a second kit. It's the one at your feet.
Yes.
Get it?
Get it?
So I'm the one who curated those kits, and I try to have a similar vibe with different colors. So you would have mist as the main color, and then as accent, something that feels more gentleman, earthy, or
Yeah.
what this.
So it has like this is bluish, like blue jeans, grayish blue, beige, a dark brown, and then a kind of olive, or not so like some green.
So this is kit number 2.
Yep.
Then there's kit number 3, which features officer as the main color. Can you hold it? And then you would add a dusty pink, a brownish
Like a
pink,
peachy pink,
peachy pink, mustard,
Yellow.
and then like a dark red, which make it really like, again, autumn vibe, but neutrals.
Yeah.
So this is kit number 3, and then kit number 4, I'd go with one of my favorite colorway on fluff, which is goldenrod. And since this is extremely colorful, you then go with just neutrals. Since we have pale,
Pale gray, medium gray,
gray, and white,
marled gray,
and then black. So you will get like this kind of effect,
but reversed.
but reversed. I
Yeah.
think this could be really, really fun. You could really play around. You can send us an email in the contact info, and if you need color advice, Tanya is there to help you. She will take photo and put colors together, or you can come and see her in the shop for sure. We might be there too. So we might be there too. Often it's either me or Vincent. Sometimes it's the both of us, but it's mostly one of us is there.
Yeah.
There you go. So this is what's new in the shop. There are plenty of things to come around soon because it's fall. It's knitting season. Soon it's finally going to be sweater weather season.
Yes.
See how I did the whole...
Yeah. Good job. Have a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We don't know.
6
Not
months.
6 months.
6
Not
weeks.
6 months.
We don't know. We'll try to come again. Promises, but yeah.
But we have very exciting things happening. So soon. See you soon.
If you're ever in Montreal, do stop by the shop. We're open 5 days a week. Come say hi.
Yes. And knit night on Wednesdays.
Yeah. And I'm gonna...
every second Wednesday. So the next one is November something. First Wednesday in November.
Yep.
Let's say that. Bye.
Bye.